Great advice from the manager, John Farrell, and those inspirational stories of why we want you to keep making a pledge throughout the night. Through the game, we'll be taking your calls and your money, but right now, let's get this 1967 party started out on the field.
A time that was as impactful to the Jimmy Fund as it was to a generation of Red Sox fans. It was the summer of love. It was the age of Aquarius. And it was a season that transformed the relationship between the Boston Red Sox and a fan base that by summer's end would fall in love with its team. This was the year it all changed. This was the year the modern era started. This was the year the franchise was saved. For the previous 15 lonely years, Fenway Park had been devoid of exciting contenders and Septembers. Octobers were out of the question. The crowds had dwindled, the stands were empty, and even opening day of this special season drew only a little over 8,000 diehards. There was talk back then of getting rid of Fenway Park. The new manager, Dick Williams, had boldly predicted that the team would win more than it would lose. Few believed him. Boston hadn't had a winning season in 8 years, and even fewer would have believed that the winning season would be the first of 16 in a row. All we knew was that the Red Sox had finished 9th in the 10-team American League in 1966, and a leap to the top would be merely a dream, an impossible dream. As black and white turned to color, we watched on television sets as the Red Sox were in New York for the Yankees' home opener. A slender 21-year-old rookie southpaw faced future Hall of Famer Whitey Ford. Yet inning after inning, he held the Yankees hitless, aided by a defensive gem that would foreshadow this splendid season. With 2 outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 9th, the Yankees catcher Elston Howard, who would later that year join the Red Sox, broke up the no-hitter with a single. But the young man on the mound would complete the shutout and would be cemented in Red Sox lore. Won't you please welcome back, 50 years later, that 21-year-old pitcher who lit a spark in our imagination. Welcome Billy Rohr. Another rookie, only 22, blossomed in that memorable summer. He could hit, he could run, and my, could he throw. He was on his way to becoming one of the greatest switch-hitting power hitters in baseball history, and he was on his way to becoming a Gold Glove center fielder. Welcome back, Reggie Smith. A star of this team on the mound with a 12-4 record, he would be the improbable starting pitcher in Boston's first Fall Classic in 21 years. And we all remember that he hit a home run off Bob Gibson in his first World Series at bat. Welcome back, our old friend Jose Santiago. A workhorse on the mound, he came from Cleveland in June and made 24 starts, 5 relief appearances, and pitched a total of 226 innings. Welcome back, Gary Ding Dong Bell. Another workhorse, he made 19 starts and 20 relief appearances, totaling more than 157 innings. Welcome back, Darryl Bucky Brandon. He would become one of the league's top relievers, but in this exceptional year, he was primarily a starter. Welcome back, Lee Stinger Stang. A rookie hurler out of UConn, he too was a starter and reliever for the Impossible Dreamers. Welcome back, Gary Wozlewski. Another member of the starting rotation, he had pitched a no-hitter at Fenway Park 3 years before. Welcome back, Dave Moorhead. Primarily a reliever in what would be the final season of his big league career, welcome back, Hank Fisher. A southpaw reliever who was only 24 years old that season. Welcome back, Bill Landis. The man who caught more games that season for the Red Sox than anybody else was born in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and he now lives in nearby Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Welcome home, Mike Ryan. Another catcher in that era had already hit a home run as an 18-year-old 2 years before. Welcome back, Jerry Moses. Another youngster on that team would not only be known for his contributions on the field, he would be known for his unfailing devotion to the Jimmy Fund. In that rookie season, he spent a half hour one day chatting with a 12-year-old kid who was bounding with optimism. But the child's cancer was terminal. They had not yet invented a cure. The ballplayer was crushed. He had a successful season and career, then spent more than 25 years as chairman of the Jimmy Fund. Welcome back, a legendary community hero, Mike Andrews. A versatile utility man who was primarily an outfielder, he later coached a young Dave Winfield at the University of Minnesota. Welcome back, George Thomas. The Red Sox had surprised everyone with a 10-game winning streak in June, and they were still in the thick of the battle in the dog days of August. Suddenly, on August 18th, those dreams seemed crushed when homegrown hero Tony C fell to the ground after a tragic fastball to the face. With resilience that would later be a franchise and civic calling card, Boston pressed on, aided by the acquisition of a power-hitting outfielder. Still an icon today, welcome back right fielder Ken the Hawk Harrelson. As the air cooled and September arrived, 4 teams were battling for first place. And remember, there were no playoffs. You won the pennant, or you won nothing at all. With 2 games to go, both against the fierce Minnesota Twins, the Red Sox won the penultimate game. Both teams now had identical records, 90 and 71. And the plot thickened because the Detroit Tigers would tie the winner of our game if they swept their second straight doubleheader. On that memorable October 1st here at Fenway Park, the Twins, behind 20-game winner Dean Chance, led that final game 2-0 through 5.5 innings. And generations have grown up remembering and recalling what happened next in the fateful bottom of the 6th. The Red Sox sterling starting pitcher, with a bat in his hand, laid down a perfect bunt single, igniting a rally of 4 straight hits, and the Red Sox would take the lead and clutch it right through that pop-up to short that everyone can still see, and with the words of Ned Martin that everyone can still hear. There's pandemonium on the field. Welcome the shortstop who caught that unforgettable last out, just one play in a long, outstanding career, Red Sox Hall of Famer, Rico Petrocelli. And that outstanding pitcher, he of the bunt single, who was 21-9 that year, and who was outstanding in the World Series as well. He was the Cy Young Award winner of the Impossible Dreams season. Won't you please welcome Gentleman Jim, Red Sox Hall of Famer, Dr. Jim Lonborg. And at last, the man who made that dazzling catch opening day, the man whose indisputable clutch performances in the final 2 weeks included 5 home runs, 16 RBI, 14 runs scored, a .523 batting average, and a 7-for-8 performance in the final 2 must-win games of the regular season. It was all part of a Triple Crown year in which he hit .326, belted 44 home runs, and drove in 121. Let no Red Sox fan ever forget that the key to the Impossible Dreams season of 1967 and the key to the resurgence of this remarkable franchise was the leadership, heroism, and legendary performance of the man we call Yaz. Welcome number 8, Baseball Hall of Famer, Carl Yastrzemski. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the team that created the Boston Red Sox we know today. This was the team that gave a full share of its winnings to the Jimmy Fund. This was the team that first taught us that impossible dreams do come true. May each member of this magical team carry in their hearts the gratitude of Red Sox Nation. The joy we are blessed to express on a daily basis has its origins in the summer of 1967, the summer of love. We wish each of you a happy, healthy, golden anniversary.